Welcome back to our continuous extreme weather and natural disaster coverage, guys, and today we have our eyes completely glued to an absolutely mesmerizing but highly dangerous situation developing right now out in the Pacific, where the massive Kilauea volcano has officially begun violently erupting once again on the big island of Hawaii. If you have been following our channel recently, you already know that the Hawaiian Islands have been dealing with some incredibly severe environmental impacts, including those massively destructive flash floods and the relentless heavy fodder tropical rains that completely washed out local roads just a short time ago. But now these resilient local residents are being forced to face an entirely different kind of extreme geological force. The United States Geological Survey has just officially raised the volcano alert level to a code red warning after advanced thermal cameras and satellite radar detected a sudden and massive spike in intense seismic activity right beneath the summit, which was immediately followed by a terrifying visual confirmation of boiling hot lava forcefully breaking through the surface of the Halemaʻumaʻu crater. When you look at the raw aerial drone footage coming out of the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park tonight, it is literally jaw-dropping because you can clearly see these towering, glowing red lava fountains aggressively shooting hundreds of feet straight up into the pitch-black night sky. Unlike the highly explosive stratovolcanoes that instantly blow their tops and block out the sun with massive ash clouds, Kilauea is a classic shield volcano, which means it produces these massive, unstoppable rivers of bright orange molten rock that slowly but continuously creep across the landscape, completely incinerating absolutely everything in their path. While the actual lava flows are currently contained within the designated remote crater area, the sheer immense power of this active eruption is creating some very serious and immediate secondary hazards for the highly populated communities located directly downwind. The biggest and most terrifying threat right now is the massive production of VOG, which is a highly toxic volcanic smog created when thousands of tons of sulfur dioxide gas aggressively mix with moisture and sunlight in the upper atmosphere. This thick, heavy gray volcanic fog is currently blanketing several local neighborhoods, significantly reducing driving visibility and creating some incredibly hazardous breathing conditions, especially for anyone dealing with pre-existing respiratory issues. Local emergency management officials and dedicated first responders are actively going door to door, urging residents to tightly seal their windows, stay indoors, and use high-quality air purifiers to filter out the dangerous invisible airborne glass particles known as Pella's hair that are actively falling from the sky. We are also closely monitoring the potential for these massive lava rivers to eventually make their way down toward the coastline, because when that superheated 2,000-degree molten rock violently crashes into the cold Pacific Ocean, it creates a highly corrosive and deadly steam plume known as laze, which is packed full of microscopic glass shards and dangerous hydrochloric acid. The brilliant, glowing light show at the summit is undeniably drawing in thousands of curious tourists and professional nature photographers from all over the globe, but authorities are strictly enforcing the massive safety perimeters to ensure nobody accidentally wanders onto the highly unstable and fragile volcanic crust that could collapse at any given second. Mother Nature is putting on an absolute masterclass in raw, untamed power tonight, serving as an incredibly profound reminder that the Hawaiian Islands are literally still being actively formed and reshaped by these massive fiery forces. We have our entire meteorological team closely monitoring the changing wind patterns and the ongoing seismic activity, because geological situations like this can drastically pivot and escalate in the absolute blink of an eye. Please make sure to keep the hardworking emergency crews and the resilient people of Hawaii in your thoughts today as they navigate yet another extreme natural event.